Black and White Network fans, we are back with another video, and this will probably end up being a much longer video here. As you guys know, the Senate has now confirmed Ketanji Brown Jackson to the Supreme Court. And Tim Scott, who I believe should be the running mate of Donald Trump in 2024, I think he would make a great vice president. He did not vote to confirm Ketanji Brown Jackson. And of course, you know, the left is outraged. They don't even really acknowledge this man. Anna Navarro, Rhino, by the way, I did a video on that. The left despises Tim Scott because he's a black conservative, and the white liberal, they cannot stand the black conservative, because if you're not on that Democratic plantation, you are the enemy. And guys, well, Tim Scott has come out now and he has kicked back at Joy Reid. So we're going to be doing a reaction to what he actually had to say. He actually gave an interview with Fox News, and also he even called out the hypocrisy of Joe Biden. Folks, Ketanji Brown Jackson, she's a social justice hire, just like Kamala Harris. It's all about skin color, and Joe Biden didn't even hide that. Didn't hide it at all. But let's go ahead and dive into this, guys. You can see here, Tim Scott hits back at Joy Reid's criticism. She's saying a black man cannot think for himself. So let's go ahead and react to this video here. It's a pretty kind of a lengthy video, about 7 minutes long or so. But let's go ahead and react to it, guys. And here we go.
The nation's highest court facing historic change as Judge Ketanji Brown Jackson is set to be confirmed by the Senate this afternoon.
That's right. 47 GOP senators, including our next guest, will vote against her confirmation. South Carolina GOP Senator Tim Scott is here to explain why. Senator, I want to get your comments on why you're not voting for the judge, but I wanted you to first react to Joy Reid's MSNBC's tweet. She said, all accuracy here, not surprised by anything Tim Scott does. He let Lindsey Graham and the sheriff dog walk him and destroy police reform after pretending to work on it. And now he'll go along with Lindsey's barking dog racism against Judge Jackson because he's Tim Scott.
See, Joy Reid, man, is despicable. Absolutely despicable. She has no respect for Tim Scott. Tim Scott was actually working on police reform, but the Democrats wanted nothing to do with it. Nothing. Because really, guys, the Democrats, they were the ones that were pushing to defund or abolish the police.
Senator.
Good morning to all y'all. Let me just say this. What is so offensive about what Joy is saying is that a black man cannot think for himself. I have to follow somebody else. That is the most ridiculous thing I've ever heard, but it reinforces the liberal elite's approach to minorities who will not fall in line and do what they tell us to do. There are millions of Americans who happen to be black, who want to think for themselves, who will think for themselves, but the power of the liberal elite wants to attack us like vicious dogs because they do not want anyone standing up opposed to what they are doing, leading our country in the wrong direction. It is vile, it is offensive, and we should stop allowing the liberal media to push these stories by their hosts that want one thing and one thing only: progressive liberal policies that make it harder for African Americans, not easier. That's why President Biden's numbers in the black community and the Hispanic community are going down.
Okay, he mentions the support for Biden in the black community. Yeah, it did go down. It didn't go down as much. The black support for Biden is still way too high, in my opinion. And these socialist policies are definitely going to destroy black communities.
Down, because we can see with our own eyes what the policies and the principles of the left are doing to us, not for us. But you can help bring people like Wesley Hunt and John James behind me. Bring the cavalry to rescue by going to votetimscott.com. I need your support to defend against this lack of common sense, this
So,
hypocrisy on the
Senator,
left. If we do more of that, we'll be in a better shape.
I hate to step on you, but yet you're right. You offered amendments to the Democrats to get police reform done. They decided not to go through that. But why specifically are you not voting for the judge for the Supreme Court?
It's a very simple answer. I did not vote for her for a lower court because I believe that her judicial philosophy is inconsistent with what is in the best interest of our judiciary. Can you imagine me then coming back and changing my mind on a more important, the most important seat in the judiciary? The Supreme Court of the United States? It's not Biden's Supreme Court, it's America's Supreme Court.
Good point right there. Tim Scott made it clear. He didn't vote for her on a lower court, so why in the hell would he actually vote for her on a higher court? Now, Mitt Romney did the opposite. Mitt Romney didn't vote for her for a lower court, but of course, Mitt Romney, the rhino that he is, voted for her for the Supreme Court. And there's a simple answer, guys. And Tim Scott is going to give his answer, but he's not going to say what I'm going to say. Mitt Romney is afraid of the left. He doesn't want to be called a racist. Remember, Mitt Romney was down there on his knees with the Marxist Black Lives Matter, doing all the rioting and everything. He was out there on his knees with them. Pathetic.
The number of her cases that have been overturned only reinforces the fact that this requires a deeper look. And the deeper I look, the more I realize that her judicial philosophy is antithetical to mine. It's a really simple answer.
Senator, I know you and Lindsey Graham, both of our senators, have said they're not going to vote for her. They're voting no. This is a Democrat for a Democrat on the Supreme Court. But how progressive is she compared to where the court is now?
Extremely.
Should we be concerned?
I think if you are concerned about activist judges, you should be concerned. If you're concerned about someone who uses their position to reinforce a progressive agenda, we should be concerned. Those are the issues that most concern me about this appointment. She is a nice person. She is well educated, but her judicial philosophy, not her who she is, but her ideology is what we should focus on. She represents herself incredibly well. I think she was reasonable in our conversation together. But at the end of the day, I'm not looking for someone to have a Coca-Cola with. I'm looking for someone who will rule in favor of America's future, and I don't see that in this judge.
So, Senator, you saw Cory Booker get all emotional when some of the questions got tough, and he said it's going to be a great moment because African-American women have to overcome so much to get to this level. Do you have a similar emotion? I know you're not going to vote for her, but do you think in any way this is groundbreaking for you and the African-American community?
Well, there's no doubt, Brian, that the fact of the matter is that she would be the first African-American female on the court. It does speak volumes to America's progress and the evolution that we're seeing in the country, and we should all celebrate that. But we should stop and pause for just a minute and ask ourselves, when then Senator Biden had a chance to make sure that the court continued to have minority representation, what did he do?
Sure.
He said to Clarence Thomas, no way, no how, not on my watch. He did everything in his power to make sure that the court that he now is concerned about diversity would have been completely white. That kind of hypocrisy has to be brought to the surface so that we understand when they're talking about the future or when they're just talking about politics. They're talking politics, they're talking elite progressives, they're not talking about the literal future of America and the diversifying of our court. They're talking about embedding in concrete a progressive view of what America should be versus the view of conserving the core principles that undergirded American prosperity and human flourishing the world over because of the United States of America.
Senator, it's such a good point, and we appreciate you coming on to explain. I just wonder, with your colleague Mitt Romney, you started it off by saying you could not vote for her for the Supreme Court if you didn't vote for her at a lower court. He didn't vote for her at the lower court, but now he's voting for her now. Why do you think he decided to do that? Have you talked to him?
Well, Lawrence, I have not spoken to Mitt Romney about his decision. I can't imagine why he has made the reversal that he has. The way I look at it is this is a simple question. If I thought she was not qualified at a lower level, it's really hard for me to come to the decision. And listen, I do think history plays a role in so many people's decisions. And
Mitt Romney, like I said, just doesn't want to be called racist. This man is a coward. He has no principles whatsoever. Utah, vote this man out.
I understand that. I just cannot allow that to be my decision for the highest court and the most important democracy in all of the world. It is just too important.
It's a consistent view.
All right.
Senator, thanks so much for joining
Senator,
us.
how about those Gamecocks?
Okay, guys. So there you have it right there. What, man? Joe Biden, man, I still don't understand why you people voted for Joe Biden. Why? Why? Joe Biden is a fraud. Joy Reid is a racist. She despises a lot of white people and she despises black conservatives. And Tim Scott stands on principle. He's not a coward like a Mitt Romney. Now, he brought up Joe Biden here. And I'm pretty sure a lot of you Biden voters that are watching this video probably didn't know this. I said it before, Ketanji Brown Jackson is a social justice hire, strictly because of skin color, because the Democrats like to play games strictly on race. Well, check this out. Hypocrite Joe Biden filibustered a black female jurist nomination in 2003. I bet you Biden voters didn't know that. Joe Biden's whole career, this man has been a liar. Check this out. The second day of confirmation hearings for a Supreme Court nominee, Ketanji Brown Jackson, is underway. This is an older article here. Joe Biden wants credit for nominating the first black woman to the Supreme Court, but many people, including Congressman Darrell Issa, are blasting Biden's efforts as hypocritical. Back in 2003, Judge Janice Rogers Brown was nominated to serve on the U.S. Court of Appeals for the District of Columbia Circuit. As a senator, Beijing Biden filibustered her nomination. Not once, but twice. After a 2-year fight, she was approved in 2005 and was hailed as a potential Supreme Court nominee following Justice Sandra Day O'Connor's retirement. However, Beijing Biden warned President George W. Bush that if he nominated the first black woman to serve on the Supreme Court, he would filibuster and kill her nomination. Congressman Darrell Issa joined KUSI's Paul Ruddy on Good Morning San Diego to explain Biden's disturbing hypocrisy. Supreme Court Justice Clarence Thomas is currently the only black justice serving on the Supreme Court. He was nominated by President George H.W. Bush and has served since 1991. And even Ted Cruz have brought up Biden's hypocrisy, man. This man is a fraud, a complete fraud. And I'm glad that Tim Scott actually brought that up along with, coming out and slamming Joy Reid and showing you how much of a weakling that Mitt Romney is. I can't believe that the Republicans actually nominated Mitt Romney in 2012. I don't know how he got the nomination, man. This man is feckless. He is spineless. But that's just my thoughts on this. What do you guys think of this? Black and White Network fans, Tim Scott going after Joy Reid, Joe Biden, and really he just exposed Mitt Romney as well. Anyway, guys, let us know what you think about all this in the comments. Make sure you subscribe to the channel, and we'll catch you next time.